tuck, tuck. Squeeze, squeeze, tuck, tuck. Squeeze, tuck, tuck. I want you to pull your belly button into the spine and drop it down. Pick it up, drop it down. Now squeeze in on that ball. You're up here and shortening that distance and switch. Tapping down with those toes, just like a little reverse curl. But because you're in this upright position, try to lift your tailbone off. Tuck, tuck. Up a tiny bit, squeeze in, tuck, tuck. Knee in and out, squeeze and squeeze. It's center, it's knee, it's reach. And keep going like that. Center, we're going to come up center and alternate in the center. Then we're going to alternate across. Then we're going to alternate reaching, okay? Tapping, tap, tapping. Come on, you can do it. And up. That's all we're doing here. Just a few here. Squeeze that ball and in slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. Come on. If you cannot do this, then just do some leg in and outs. And 3, and 2, 6, 5. Those arms. We're stopping at shoulder height, and we're really trying to control harder. I want you to keep a micro bend in your elbow here. Bend, press, bend, press. 2 more like this. Bend, press, 3, 4, all the way up, all the way up. Remember your options. I come down, reach across. See how I'm coming up on my elbow. Pulse, pulse. So you're reaching, press, press, hold, lift up. Press, press, hold, hips are up. Sink into the mat and using that pressure, legs, and just do a chest fly. You're crunching up, weights together. Up, little crunch, and you're pushing in on the weights. This arm, trying to keep it straight by your ear and then bending behind from the bent arm, okay? But it's not a lot of pressure and it burns no matter which way you look at it. Tiniest bit, squeezing your glute because glute is part of the core. Now, if this rotation is too much, just leave it down and squeeze the glute forwards, circling with the bicep. In, circle, circle, circle. Time they're together, you push and you hold that contraction. Now, I want out and in. Hold your belly button to your spine and really try to balance. We're nearly finished. This is hard, I know. Are you squeezing? You need to squeeze so you feel the corners of your chest engaging. Extend those legs. We're going out and in. Out and in. This is the last exercise. Of your inner thighs, a bit of outer thigh, and definitely squeezing those glutes. Now come a little bit closer. I want you to knock your knees together and have your feet wider than hip width. Now we're going to come up, open, close, come down. You're going to feel more work on the leg that's on the mat, but tuck, 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 tuck. Really making sure that the toes pointed and you bring your heel. You can come down here and get a bit more support by going on your elbow. But if you do that, I want you to bring your leg up higher and back and down. Coming towards your shoulder, different angles, more muscle groups, bit of outer thigh, up, squeeze, squeeze, down. So we're tapping the mat down and squeeze up. Now I can't tap all the way down. One that you would have seen many times, if you want to, go up on your toes. That's an even hard on this moving side. It's down and squeeze against that press. Toes and then flat foot. So it's a little bit of a faster pace. Flat. Okay, so squeeze, hold that contraction a little bit, and then change your feet position. Side squeeze, and then the other side squeeze. So it's like a semicircle leg. And we're just gonna squeeze in, 2, 3, come up and squeeze 1. You're down, 1, 2, 3, come up, squeeze it. Where it doesn't dig into your knee joint or behind the knee. Squeeze in, heels together, bend, press. So you're putting it there to squeeze, taking it away, bend, press. Really push, up, through the inner thighs. Now it's going to be a little bit of an awkward exercise. Up, tuck up. 1, 2, 3. Tuck and tuck. Squeeze in, then press up 2. Squeeze in for 2, press up for 2 to the midline. You are squeezing harder, squeezing harder. Up, 4, come on, hold the squeeze. 2, and up. Last one, squeeze and squeeze. Come on, long legs. So your front of thighs are engaged here because you're slightly leaning back into it. Flex and point, and just your inner thighs. Multitasking at its best, right? Or even if you wanted to just work inner thighs one day, that's totally fine. Pull that elbow down. I want you to squeeze your waistline, wall, and you're sliding your back side to side. Then both for 2. So it's out and squeeze to the waist, out to the side. Just 4 more like this. In and side. 3, and bringing it across to the other side, trying to almost touch your forearm with that knee. Don't worry so much about which way you're circling, as long as you're ending up back at a 90-degree angle. Picking up the leg here, we're just going to sweep the arm over. That will help you to make sure you're keeping perfect form here. Over and tiny up. Bring the leg up. It's kind of like a pendulum. You're bending directly to the side, putting these fingertips down. Maybe you don't even need them. And out. So working across the body now quickly. If you can't do that, just bring it down and twist like this. And here can just be on the mat. We're just coming across and reaching and back down. Up, up and up. Come on, last little bit for this side. The reason why I'm slightly in front here is because it acts and down. So we're coming up, then 2 little pulses and down. Forward with a pointed toe, sweeping back and behind with a flexed foot. And come down. So I want you to draw up, and your knee is going to rotate. Knee and toe. This is the last. Rotating up with that foot all the way. You'll be able to get very high here. You might just be lifting off the tiniest bit. Bend. That's all we're doing. Extend and bend. Now, if this is too much and enough to feel that outer thigh, and then on the way down, once again, imagine in, but make sure your hips are still stacked. Up, up, in. Squeezing your glute and then moving up against that squeeze. So it's tiny down and mainly up. Up, squeeze higher, hold. Don't feel the outer thigh so much. Up, extend on an angle and down. Hard into that tuck. My leg is starting to shake already. Your knee. So you're coming slightly to the front with that leg. In, 2, 3. Kick out. Then lift, hop forward, back and up. So now it's still further forward than your hip. Little up, squeeze that weight. May as well use some extra muscle groups, right? Little in. 8, 7 out of it, and back. 4 more. 3. I'm stretching through the arms here and stretching back through the arms here. And then lift the legs. Up first, down, up, sit down, lift the legs. So you can be bent here, or if you want to make it tougher, straighten that leg. Glute raise, down and up. So I understand that when you come up on the toes, you will probably come up slightly with those arms. 1, 2, up, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're only doing 4 sets of this. Down 2, much easier than the push-ups we just did, right? Pulse the leg now and out. So bring the leg forward and the elbow back. Up with this arm. Make sure you're not slouching in the shoulders. 8, 2, 3, 4. Bend, press, raise and raise, raise and raise. Bend it again. Circle, 2, 3, 4. bend, press, raise, and raise. Curl, then extend the leg for 4 pulses. So it's down and up, extend 1, 2, 3, 4. Goes to the ceiling. You're not swinging like this, okay? That's not the exercise. It's up and forward, drop the legs, come up. 2 parts, down and up, as the legs are going down and up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're going to come up and through. We're going to come up and through. Come back down. 3. Come on. 4.